Hello, and welcome to Recursio Easy English Stories. Today's story is called The Interview on a Rainy Morning. This is a B1 story about a job interview that starts badly, but changes once Marta begins speaking honestly. Listen for these phrases: to be running late, to be nervous, nice to meet you, tell me about yourself, strengths and weaknesses, to make a good impression, it went well, fingers crossed, and to get the job. After the story, we'll go through all the useful phrases and practice them together. You can practice today's phrases in Recursio. The link is in the description. Let's begin. It's Tuesday, 8:30 in the morning. Marta was standing at the bus stop with a folder held against her chest, under her coat. Inside the folder was her resume, printed the night before on good paper. Marta was a bookkeeper. A bookkeeper keeps the money records of a company. Her interview was at 9:30. The bus took 25 minutes. She had plenty of time. That was what she told herself at 8:30. At 8:50, she was still telling herself that, and the bus still hadn't come. It had started to rain. Not hard at first, just a fine gray rain that got into everything. Marta had an umbrella. It was small, and it was old, and one of its arms was bent. She held it low, over the folder, and the rain fell on her shoulders instead. A woman next to her looked at her phone and said something about the traffic. There had been an accident on the bridge. All the buses were stuck behind it. The woman put her phone away and started walking. After a moment, Marta followed her. The walk to the office took 40 minutes in good weather. Marta had 38. She walked fast. Then she walked faster. The rain got heavier, and her shoes filled with water, and at some point, the umbrella turned inside out. She stopped in a shop doorway, fought with it for 10 seconds, and then dropped it in a trash can. There was no time to be angry about an umbrella. At 9:20, she was still 8 blocks away. She stopped under a balcony, took out her phone, and made herself breathe. Her hands were cold and wet, and the screen didn't want to work.
Hello, this is Marta Illich. I have an interview at 9:30 with Mr. Novak. I'm very sorry. I'm running late. There's an accident on the bridge, and the buses aren't moving. I'm walking, and I'll be there at about 9:40.
The woman at the desk said that was fine, and that she would tell him.
Thank you. I'm so sorry.
Marta put the phone in her pocket and started walking again. She had called. That was the one thing she had done right that morning. But one thought kept going around in her head. I've ruined it. Nobody gives a job to the person who arrives late and wet. She reached the building at 9:41. In the bathroom on the ground floor, she looked at herself in the mirror. Her hair was flat against her head. There was rain on her glasses. Her coat was black with water. She dried her face with a paper towel, took off the coat, and opened the folder. The resume was dry. That was something. Upstairs, a man came out of a meeting room with his hand already out. Marta, I'm Petar Novak. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And I'm so sorry about the time.
Please, half the city is late this morning. Come in and sit down. The room was warm. There was a pitcher of water on the table and 2 glasses. Would you like some water? or something hot? You look like you swam here.
Water is fine. Thank you.
Marta sat down. Her hands were shaking a little, and she put them under the table. She was nervous. So, tell me about yourself. This was the question Marta had prepared. She had practiced the answer 11 times. And now, sitting in a warm room in wet shoes, the practiced answer came out of her mouth like a machine.
I am a motivated professional with 4 years of experience and strong communication skills, and I am seeking a challenging position in a dynamic company.
It sounded polished, but it didn't sound like Marta. There was a small silence. Mr. Novak wrote nothing down. He put his pen on the table. That sounds very polished. Can we try again, in your own words? Marta looked at the water in her glass. Then she decided to just answer him.
I'm a bookkeeper. I've worked at a small company for 4 years. 3 people, so I do everything. Invoices, wages, the tax forms nobody likes. I'm here because I've learned everything I can there. And I'd like to work somewhere bigger.
Better. Much better. What would you say your strengths and weaknesses are?
I'm good at finding mistakes in numbers. I like the quiet part of the work, the checking. My weakness is that I'm slow to ask for help. I used to spend a whole afternoon on a problem someone could have explained in 5 minutes.
And now?
Now I give myself 20 minutes, and then I ask.
Mr. Novak wrote something down. It was the first thing he had written. For the first time that morning, Marta thought she might still make a good impression. What software did you use at your old company?
A small local program for the invoices, and spreadsheets for everything else.
We use something bigger here. How do you feel about learning a new system?
Honestly, happy. The old one crashed twice a week, and nobody could fix it.
Then you'll like this one. How many invoices did you handle in a month?
About 200. In December, closer to 300.
Here it's about 800, but you wouldn't do them alone. There are 3 of you.
That's the part I'm interested in. I've never worked in a team of 3 doing the same job.
It's different. You can ask someone a question and get an answer in a minute.
After 4 years alone, that sounds like a holiday.
He laughed. It was the first time either of them had laughed. Can I ask you something that isn't on the list?
Of course.
You walked here, in this rain, for almost an hour.
Almost 50 minutes.
Why didn't you just call and ask for another day? Marta thought about it. She could hear the rain on the window behind her.
Because I wanted to be here. And once I called, I knew I could still make it.
He smiled and wrote one more thing down. Near the end, he asked if she had any questions, and she asked too. What her first month would look like, and who she would work with every day. Good questions, both of them. We're seeing 3 more people this week. You'll hear from us by Friday.
Thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing from you.
And Marta, thank you for coming. On a morning like this, that took something. Outside, the rain had almost stopped. Marta stood on the steps for a moment, with her coat over her arm, feeling the cold air on her face. She walked to a cafe on the corner, ordered a coffee, and sat by the window. Then she called her sister.
It's me. It's done.
Her sister immediately asked how it had gone.
I think it went well. Not the beginning. The beginning was terrible. I gave him a horrible answer I found on the internet, and he asked me to try again.
Her sister laughed, and Marta laughed too, which surprised her.
But after that, it was fine. It was a real conversation. He said they'll call by Friday. There are 3 more people.
Her sister wished her luck.
I know. Fingers crossed.
Marta drank her coffee slowly. Her shoes were still wet. She didn't care. On the way home, she bought a new umbrella, a big one, dark blue, with a strong handle. Friday came, and nobody called. At 4 in the afternoon, she told herself it was over, and started looking at other job ads. At 5:10, her phone rang.
Marta, it's Petr Novak. I'm sorry to call so late in the day.
That's all right. Hello.
We'd like to offer you the job, if you still want it.
Marta was standing in her kitchen. She sat down on the nearest chair.
That's wonderful news. Thank you. Could you send me the details by email?
Of course. I'll send it in 10 minutes. Welcome.
Marta got the job. She sat in the kitchen for a while, looking at the wall, holding the phone. Then she called her sister again, and this time she didn't have to explain. Her sister heard it in the first word. 3 weeks later, on her 4th day at the new office, it rained again. Marta was already inside, at her desk, with a cup of tea and a screen full of invoices. Somebody came in late, wet and apologizing, and everyone said the same thing. Don't worry about it. Half the city is late. Now let's go through the useful phrases from the story, one by one. And if you'd like to remember them afterwards, you can save them in Recursio and review them over time. First, to be running late. It means you're going to arrive later than you agreed. Marta said it on the phone. I'm so sorry. I'm running late. When possible, call and say when you expect to arrive. Next, to be nervous. It means to feel worried before something important. Marta was nervous, and her hands were shaking. I'm a little nervous. Don't be nervous. You'll be fine. Next, nice to meet you. What we say when we meet someone for the first time. Mr. Novak said it at the door, and Marta answered, nice to meet you too. At the end, you can say, it was nice to meet you. Next, tell me about yourself. One of the most common opening questions in an interview. It sounds simple, but it's difficult. Keep it short. What you do now, what you did before, and why you're here. Next, strengths and weaknesses. The things you do well and the things you find difficult. Marta gave a real weakness and then said what she does about it now. That second part makes the answer more useful. Next, to make a good impression. It means people see you in a positive way. She made a good impression at the interview. First impressions matter, but they're not everything. Next, it went well. We say it about something that's finished and was good. How was the interview? I think it went well. And if it didn't go great, but I learned a lot. Next, fingers crossed. It means, I hope it goes well. Marta said it back to her sister on the phone. You can say it to a friend before an exam, or an interview, or a flight. And last, to get the job. It means they choose you. The job is yours. She got the job. I really hope I get this job. Now, a short recall. I'll describe the situation, you say the phrase. Then I'll give you the answer. You're going to arrive later than you agreed. How do you say it? I'm running late. You feel worried before something important. How do you say it? I'm nervous. One of the most common opening questions in an interview. What is it? Tell me about yourself. The things you do well and the things you find difficult. What are they called? Strengths and weaknesses. The interview is finished and you're happy with it. How do you say it? It went well, and they choose you. The job is yours. What happened? You got the job. That was the interview on a rainy morning. Today's phrases were to be running late, to be nervous, nice to meet you, tell me about yourself. Strengths and weaknesses. To make a good impression. It went well, fingers crossed, and to get the job. If you'd like to review these phrases and remember them, open the link below and practice them in Recursio. Thank you for listening, and if you have an interview soon, fingers crossed. See you in the next story.